Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Neelambujashyamal Komalangam Sita Samaropita Vamabhagam Pano Mahasayaka Charu Chapam Namami Ramam Raghuvanshanatham. Adoration to Lord Rama, whose complexion is like a blue lotus, very tender and delightful in appearance. Sita is seated on his left side, carrying powerful bow and arrow in his hands. Shri Ramcharitmanas in Ayodhya Kanda and verse number 163, rather 263. And the context at this stage is Bharata and all his royal party, Guru Vasishtha and all great people. They are all together. And Rama, with the project of coronating Rama as the king of Ayodhya. And at this stage, Bharata already spoke about his heart and what he expected. And Rama responds to Bharata. The subtle point behind this is a relationship between God and his devotee. Bharata is a personification of God's devotee. And Rama is Brahman, the absolute God. So how does that relationship operate? That's the subtle theme behind it. मिटी हहीं पाप प्रपंच सब अखिल अमंगल भार लोक सुजसु पर लोक सुख सुमिरत नाम तुम्हार. Rama is praising Bharata. O Bharata, by simply remembering your name, one can become free of all sins, free of ignorance, and free of all miseries, and will attain glorious blessings of life. And that's just like Krishna told Arjuna, and behind that is a message being conveyed to all aspirants. All aspirants, the message is, as you practice your sadhana, which is always integral, karma, bhakti, dhyana, jnana. Bhakti has to be the central core of this practice. Because once devotion has entered your heart, all your effort becomes saras, joyous. And that you see it in daily life. When you work, do something for someone whom you love most, or even some degree, you forget about your own troubles. A mother forgets about all her troubles when she attends on her baby. And that's just an illustration. You don't have to be a mother. I'm joking. But illustration of the power of love. So if God is understood to be the source of your love, and you can't stay without God even from a moment. So try to bring in your mind, you are a baby. And who is supporting you? God. And He's supporting you with 1,000 arms. So His support is 100%. But then you don't feel that support. That's where the ignorance comes in and your need for your sadhana. But the power of devotion, there lies the answer. Develop that type of love. That should be your objective. And it is attained progressively. You can't have perfect love of God to begin with. But any degree of love that you have developed is so powerful that nothing in the world can compare with it. And so Rama conveys that power of devotion through his dialogue with Bharata. Kahau subhau satya shet shiva saki, Bharat bhumi rauri raki. O Bharat, by my nature, I speak the truth. Shiva is my witness. Is yours, O child. Animosity and love, these sentiments cannot be hidden. It's a profound way to understand. Love, prem of God is beyond raga dvesha, attachment and hatred. If you are gripped by raga dvesha, attachment and hatred, you are loving the lower self. And lower self is the realm of demons, asuras, rakshasas. And that type of love is a bare, is animosity. You are inimical to the forces of light. Love is real love when you are being drawn to the forces of light. That means you are drawn to virtuous qualities, increasing integration in your personality, and so forth. And absolutely to attain realization of the self. This whole process is a process of divine love. But all the process to hold on to the world and do not let go your moha, deluded vision, that process is inimical process. You are harming yourself. You are allowing the higher self in you to be captured by your lower self. And this is not a matter of hiding from anyone. Your whole personality is ruled by this divine law. Munigan nikat bihag brigja jahi, badhak badhik biloki parahi, hita anhita pashupachiva jana, manusha tanuguna jnana nidana. Now, simple illustration you see in your daily life. Even animals and birds, they live in the ashram of sages without fear. And they approach the sages and saints like pet children. But when they see a hunter coming towards them, they know even from a distance because they can see sometimes long-range vision. Even birds and animals recognize the difference between friend and foe. Human embodiment is of a very high grade. So what we speak of human embodiment, as a human being, there is a remarkable difference between path of love and the path of moha, led by raga, dvesha, attachment and hatred. तात तुम्हि मैं जानऊं नीके, करऊं काह असमंजस जी के. O child, O Bharata, I know you very well. What should I do? I have fallen into this strange predicament. Our Father has given his word to Kaikeyi. All the detail is not written, but just I am embellishing the verses. And those words that Rama should be in the forest for 14 years, living in the form of an ascetic life, and Bharata to rule over the kingdom. That was already given by those words were expressed by King Dasharatha. How can we ignore the words of our Father? And our Father, for the sake of the words he gave, he departed from his body. And now, how can we turn his words into a lie? तासु बचन में तन मत मन मो सोचू, चहिते अधिक तुम्हार सकोचू. That's my ruling thought about Father's words. But even greater than that, I feel drawn to you, O Bharata, to please you. And on top of it, तापर गुरु मोहि आय सुदीन्हा, अवश्य जो कहूँ चाहूँ सोई किन्हा. Guruji has, Vasishtha has also given his command. Therefore, whatever you tell me, O Bharata, indeed I will do exactly the same. The devotee is given a very tender challenge. That the decision making is in your hand, not in the hand of God. Whatever you ask, go to God. God comes, ask any boon. And you say, I don't know, you give me the boon. And God says, no. Ask all that you want. Figure out what do you want. And that's what the interesting story of devotion starts. But as you continue, ultimately, you say, I ask to be an instrument in your hand. Ask to be a channel. Let me just pursue your will. That's what it ends up. But many important points are told in the Ayodhya Kanda until you come to that stage. So Rama made a clear statement that whatever Bharata wants, he will do it, irrespective of all other points that King Dasharatha had given words, etc. He can step beyond all, irrespective of his own words, that he will go into the forest. He will step over all the words he had committed. Manu prasanna kari sakuch taji, kahu karau koi soi kaaju, satya sandhar ghubara bachan, sunibha sukhi samaju. O Bharata, with a joyous heart, free of all hesitations, say what I should do, and I will do it. Simple. When Rama made that statement, all the assembly, all those people were listening. Sara Samaj, all the society became very happy that the Bharata's mission is done. Surgan sahit samay sabhay surraju, sochahi chahat hon akaju, banat upau karat kachu nahi, Ram saran sabge manamahi. But gods are always there watching over. Indra felt afraid that all the plan that he had expected through Rama's incarnation for the destruction of Ravana, all that plan will fail if Bharata compels him to be the king. But what should we do? So Indra, along with gods, mentally surrendered to Rama. Bahuri bichari paraspara kahahi, Raghupati bhagat bhagati abas ahi. And they began to share their spiritual insight. And they said that God is always as if under the control of his own devotee. So whatever his devotee will say, God will do it. And also they remembered the story of King Ambarish and sage Durvasa. What happened if you interrupt a devotee's project? What happens? And just to give you a little essence behind Ambarish and Durvasa. Ambarish was a great king and devotee of Lord Vishnu. He was such a great devotee that Lord Vishnu had granted him Sudarshan Chakra that does amazing work. And Ambarish, aided by that grace of God, became very famous. And every now and then he performed certain type of yajna, certain type of which begins with austerity, certain ritual practice. In one ritual practice, he had to stay fasting until the conclusion of the time allotted by astrology. During the time, now, gods at that time went to Durvasa. Gods, implying Indra, went and created their divine trick to send Durvasa to Ambarish. They always do that, even in Mahabharata I have seen. With the idea that Durvasa will interrupt Ambarish's project. Because the idea is that if Ambarish succeeds in his sacrifice, in his austerity, he will be greater than Indra, greater than anybody. Indra didn't want that. So Durvasa was sent to do Rang Me Bhang. And Durvasa went, he was welcomed, etc. And then a time was allotted according to the story. The king was supposed to break his fast at a certain time during the day. The time was allotted. And Durvasa went away for a while. But the time was about to pass and Durvasa had not returned. And according to the rules of the ritual sadhana, some charanamrit, some sip has to be taken into the tongue, the sacred water. Otherwise, the whole years of sadhana will go to waste. That's all these storylines. And therefore, Ambarisha had no choice but to sip few drops. The point was he was to have a good meal after you have finished all that. Instead of good meal, he just took few drops of water. But Durvasa suddenly comes by and he finds it as if he has been insulted by Ambarish. And immediately he takes one of his hair, dashes it down, and becomes a big power, a devilish energy. And it goes after the king with the order, kill this uncultured king. And as this devil goes after him, suddenly Sudarshan Chakra starts operating. The devilish personality was sublimated immediately. But then the chakra goes after Durvasa. Now Durvasa begins to run, goes after all the gods to protect him. No one, not even with Lord Vishnu. So he had to come back to Ambarish and seek pardon. Ambarish, on the other hand, feels very humble and graciously ends this in a joyous way. And this story had been popular with gods. So they don't want to commit the same mistake. Sahe surana bahukal vishada narhari kriye pragata prahalada. God's patience, because they were terrified by demoniac forces. And then it was Prahalad, the devotee Prahalad, that became the cause of Lord Vishnu to incarnate as Narasimha. So this is another power of devotion. How a devotee like Prahalad compelled Lord Vishnu to destroy Hiranyakashipu. So ultimately, gods came to the conclusion that now everything depends upon Bharata, what he has to say. Ana upauna dekhiya deva, manat ramu susevaka seva. O gods, Indra says, we see no other method, no other means. Hiya sape me sumirahu sabharatahi, nij gunashil rama basa karatahi. Since we know that God listens to his devotees' request, and whoever serves his devotee, God is very much drawn to that person. So therefore, let us do some service to Bharata. Let's all adore Bharata in our heart. And all this was going on, and Sage Brihaspati was listening, the Guru of gods, about what conclusion they are reaching. And when they came to that conclusion, Brihaspati was very happy that all of you are so fortunate to come to this conclusion. The root cause, rather the source of all that is good, lies in developing love for the lotus feet of Bharata. Sita pati sevak sevakai kamadhenu saya sarisa suhai. Whoever renders service to the servant of Rama, that service is likened to hundreds of kamadhenus. This opportunity to serve a spiritual cause is being highlighted. How good it is just like seeing a flock of kamadhenu. Kamadhenu is wish-yielding cow. One cow is enough, but we are seeing a whole flock of cows. And all that begins with seva. And this point, again, I remind you, is highlighted in this statement when Hanuman was asked, how am I related to you? Deha buddhyatu dasoham. As long as you have body identity, live with body. Body implies body, mind, intellect, all that. Consider yourself a channel in God's hand. Dasoham, translated as a slave. But the deeper meaning behind slave is just be a channel. Deha buddhyatu dasoham. Jiva vidyat tvadanshaka. But from the point of view of your soul, never view yourself limited. You are a ray and God is like the sun. So grow in the image of God and go further. From the profoundest point of view, you are essentially Brahman. So, Deha buddhyatu dasoham, Jiva vidyat tvadanshaka, Atma vidyat tavaivaham. From the point of view of your innermost self, you are one with God, one with Brahman. So this threefold relation must be discovered by an individual as one goes into integral yoga in daily life. And that's the project of real sadhana. Dekhu devapati bharat prabhavu sahaj subhaye vibhasara ghuravu. Brihaspati's Guru is telling the gods, O Indra, look at the divine power of Bharata. Shri Rama is completely dominated by the power of Bharata. In other words, he will do whatever his devotee asks him to do. Man thir karahu deva daru nahi, Bharatahi jani Rama parichahi. Consider Bharata Rama's shadow and keep your mind focused on Bharata. There is nothing to be afraid of. Suni Surgur Sura Sammata Sochu Antarjami Prabhu Sakochu Nij Sir Bharu Bharata Jiya Jana Karas Koti Bisi Vuru Anumana. And Sri Rama, he heard all that was going on with God. Understand, this was mystic. Gods are having all that, but nobody sees them. And whatever gods are doing, Lord Shiva, Lord Rama knows everything. And that didn't happen in Treta Yuga, it is happening every moment. Good thoughts enter your heart, good projects. Gods have listened to it, and they will begin to promote your goodness in a special way. And God, of course, is the Antaryami, is the indwelling presence. Nothing is hidden from him. But in storyline, we follow this, that Rama was aware of what was going on with gods and Brihaspati. So Rama had already said to Bharata that ask anything and I will give you. But you decide what's the best for me to do. Bharata at this stage came to realize that all this now depends upon him, what's to be done. And countless thoughts arose in his heart how to handle this. Because he came with the idea of coronating Rama, and that's his central aspiration. But then Rama presented all that, what he said, and gave the whole decision on the head of Bharata. You are the one to make the decision. Kari bicharu man deenhi thika, Ram rajaya sa apan nika, nijapan tani rakeu panu mora, chohu saneu kinh nahi thora. So countless thoughts entered his heart. But ultimately he came to the conclusion that the best thing to happen for me is to follow the command of Rama, to be led by his will. Because Rama had already expressed that he was going to abandon his words given to Kaikeyi and will keep the words of mine. Rama had already said, Bharata, you say what you want and I will do it. I will step over Kaikeyi's words that has led me to the forest. And that's the expression of boundless grace, Rama, and love that Rama has for me. Kina anugraha amitati sab vidhi sita nath kari pranam bole bharatu jori jalaj jugahat. Shri Rama has showered all his grace on me, having just felt within himself. With his folded hands, offering adorations to Rama, he said, Kahaun kahaun kak ab Swami, Kripa ambudisi antarajami. O Lord, ocean of compassion, ocean of grace, the indwelling God, what should I say? Knowing that Guru Prasanna Sahiba Anukula, Miti Malinamal Kalapit Sula, knowing that Sage Vasishtha is pleased with me, and you are pleased with me. Guru and God both are pleased with me. All my pain and sorrow has vanished. Ap dar dareu na soch samule, rabhi na doshu devadishi bhule. I was under the grip of a false fear. There was no need for me to have gone through all that grief. When you wander away from the right course, from the right path, you don't blame the sun. Sun is showering over, sun is shining. It's you to choose which path to follow. The sun is giving the light. But you make the mistake and blame the sun. That's the subtle point behind predicament of soul in ignorance. You create your karmas. And in your karmas, you continue to move away from God's love and go after worldly moha. And then blame God. What a God's plan. He created so much misery in the world. He loves it. But that's not God's. God is not to be blamed. The sun is not to be blamed. Mor abhagu matu kutilai, visigati visham kala katinai. It's my misfortune, my mother's crookedness, and Creator's terrible law. All this has gripped me. All this has overpowered me. Pauropi sab mili mohi pala, pranata pala pana apana pala. All these factors have as if pledged to destroy me. But Rama, who protects anyone who has surrendered to him, and he has kept that word. Bharata says to Rama all this and adores Rama. Jaguan bhal bhal ek gusai, kahiye hoi bhal kasu bhalai. If the whole world were to be the doer of evil to you, but, O Lord, if you are in favor, it's the same way that we express, Jako rakhe saiya, mar na sake hain koe. Baal na baka kar sake, jo jag bairi hoe. The entire world may be enemies. Nowhere can you turn, gripped by enemies from all sides. But if Rama is in your favor, not a hair can be twisted in your personality. You are absolutely safe. So if you want to be safe and secure, come under Rama's guidance. Be surrendered to God. Be a channel of God. Love God. If you go after the world to support you, they can give you support, but support is always illusory. It will take you a few years to realize the support you got was not a real support. Then you run from one support to another support. I'm giving a broad picture of the world. Nothing in the world stays to give you constant comfort. Your body, your mind, your intellect, the world around you, your relatives, your friends, the society, animals, birds, all these do not support you. Who supports you is Rama within. And if all these begin to support you, the support is coming from Rama. O Lord, your nature is like Kalpavriksha, the wish-yielding tree. And there is a statement made. It is neither anukul nor pratikul. It is neither agreeable nor disagreeable, implying neither producer of raga, attachment, nor producer of dvesha, hatred. Kalpavriksha is a self-revealing realization. If Kalpavriksha grants you a desire, your desire has been just like you desire to have more light, and light in a different color. All that desire is granted, but in reality, all that you have to do is to see cloud to move, and the sun begins to shine. Sun comes down on you without your asking. The sun has not been the cause of your gaining happiness and losing it. God has not been the cause. The cause is your mind that has created the illusion of raga and dvesha. Jai nikat pahichani taru, chai samani sab soch, magat abhimat, pavajag rau ranku bhalapom poch. Therefore, the sun is like Kalpavriksha. Once you have that revelation, all your desires are fulfilled. And is the destroyer. In other words, Rama Bhakti, devotion to Rama. That is the resolution to all your problems and the destroyer of all your worries and anxieties. And whatsoever you desire, Japo rahi kamana jaisi. Whatever you desire, God grants you. And with this, I'm going to conclude. Om. Prayer for divine grace to shower over you and the blessings of Shakti, Bhakti and Mukti. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukam Bandhanam Mrityor Mukhyama Mritat. Om Shanti Shanti. Hari Om.